Layers are like burgers. You could think of each layer you use as an ingredient carefully placed to create a feast for the eyes. I share my tips on how to use clipping layers, folders, and more that you could use for any artwork. These tips aren't just limited to drawing burgers, don't worry. Also, heads up, I'm deathly sick in this video, so forgive my voice for being a little bit off.
First step is to just plan the burger. For me, I'm just gonna start off really simple. And then it's up to you what you want to put on your burger. I'm gonna draw the lettuce. If you could imagine it, it's kind of like a blanket. So first I'll draw a simple square. And then here comes the fun part. Now you draw the squigglies. And there's nothing too complicated just yet. You don't have to overthink it. You know, just draw. Doesn't matter how many layers you use. But then for the sketch right now, since we're like super early into it, it could just be one layer because we're just trying to figure it out, right? I think at this point I want the burger to be sort of flying around, kind of like falling into the air. And if you'd want to, you could even give it some character. If you look at my burger, it kind of looks like shoes, these tomatoes. So you could put like googly eyes. Say you drew your burger, but then you want to separate it, right? Because they're on the same layer. Look for this tool, kind of like a dotted line. Make a selection. It lets you move it around. So you see that? So to add those little ridges, I'm just gonna do the same thing as the lettuce. So I draw like little waves, and then I draw lines. So yeah, we can start coloring actually. It's time to make a new layer. We're gonna be using as many layers as we can. So like that, we have the burger. Then I'm gonna make a layer under it, then the burger patty, just like that. And then I make a new layer again. Some nice purple onions. Yeah, right here, purple. Actually, I'll show you what I made before. Because we had the same assignment, but it was themed. An alien burger. Here, would you guys eat this burger? This burger. It's purple. So, if you look here, even though the tomatoes are the same, I have it on different layers. This tomato, I could just move it around. Another thing, you guys could name your layers if you guys would like to, so that you guys don't get lost. It's kind of making me hungry. I kind of want a burger. So if you make a new layer, and then if I click on clipping, that means that it's stuck on that layer. I'm not shadowing it like this, like flat, kind of making it round, like this. So you could use multiply if you'd like to for the shadow. It automatically makes it darker. I'm just adding like the bigger shadows for now. So onions are white on the center, so I'm just adding some circles, because onions have layers after all. Why am I sideways? Oh, I'm just like tilting it. It's kind of like when you tilt your paper, right? It just makes it easier. And I'm adding these shadows just to make it easy to differentiate these tomatoes from each other. And then I'll add the pink area onto here as well. So you can see how nice it is when you have separate layers, and if you keep it nice and orderly, you just draw inside of the shapes. And here's another tip for everybody. So be careful when you're zoomed in super close. Make sure to zoom out every now and again, because sometimes you might be doing like this really, really pretty detail, right? But then if you zoom out, you can't even see it. So try to zoom out every now and again so that you don't put too much effort and then it turns out you can't even see it. Yeah, so for this one, I'm just locking transparency just to make it easier for myself. There we go. So we got our pickle. So you can see how satisfying it is. So now, I'm gonna go back and I will merge these together now. Well, I know I could have merged them together earlier, but it's up to you to decide when you merge them. And then I'll show you guys a trick. So you can make a folder, and then you could put everything in there, make a new layer, and then you make it multiply, and then you make a clipping layer. Then you can see that I could add a shadow onto everything. This is really useful if you just want to add a simple shadow onto everything, or this is also why we took our time to separate them into different layers. And then you can just simply draw the shadow. Forgot the sesame seeds. Oh yeah, we're not done just yet. Still a lot of detail to add.
You can help support us to make free arts education. Become a member on Patreon or YouTube and get special perks like critiques and class recordings.
It's nice to have it on separate layers, because now, all you really need to do is make another layer under it, and then just add the shadows. Finally. That's how you always save the best part for last. You gotta be patient. The shadow, you could make it lighter by making it more transparent. And then now I'm gonna texture the burger, because the burger isn't just something smooth. I'm gonna add some little bumps to it. And then I'm gonna make it greasy and shiny, like it was fresh off the frying pan. So I'm just kind of making random dots like that to make it look like a burger. This one, actually, I could use my harder brush so that it's not as smooth. Maybe I'll add like another layer on top just to see how I would add like the greasy shine. Only on some parts, like the edges. Then I add it on the top parts. So I'm not really using any sort of layer for this one, just a normal layer. Nice greasy burger. You didn't put cheese? Oh yeah, you're right! Oh my gosh, I didn't put cheese. Oh my gosh, you're so right. But see, this is the nice thing. See, look at this. Boom. Easy cheese. So that's why it's so important to have it in different layers. I'll add another one. Maybe it's different cheeses too, so maybe this one is slightly orangey. How did I forget to add cheese? And I added pickles and veggies on it. I done goofed. Yeah, so you can see that the way I'm adding the shadows for the cheese, I'm not adding black. I'm not just going yellow and then making it gray. Because you can see that it's kind of ugly, right? The shadow. So what I did is I picked yellow, I picked orange, and then I made it darker. So now you can see, makes it look more appetizing. Same for this cheese. I'm gonna pick a more red-orange. Make it really, really shiny by adding some cheese shine and like that. And there you go, cheese. Here's another thing, so maybe I'll add a shadow under the onions. I'm adding a shadow like that and like that. So the same thing for here. I'm gonna make it multiply and I'm gonna add a shadow like so. So you can see that it adds a lot. Just like that little shadow. It makes it feel more realistic in that they're interacting with each other. I think the tomatoes are perfect already. You could leave it be, just keep them separate, but I want to merge all three together. Then I'm gonna add the same shadow. Yeah, on the tomatoes. I'll make them shinier, actually. Because fresh tomatoes are usually, you know, they have dew. Maybe the same for the lettuce, so that it's not too artificial looking. I'm making them shiny because they're slightly wet, slightly dewy. And I think for this part, you know, you guys could zoom in, but again, have a balance for it. Getting your nose too close to your drawing, you'll miss out on the bigger details. That's the one that everybody sees, no matter what. Again, this is another exercise to balance your layers and simple rendering, because that's all there is to it. Join a virtual art class to learn live from our professional artists. Get creative assignments, individual guidance, and real-time feedback on your artwork. Start today and level up your practice. If you learned something new, please like and share this video with a fellow art nerd. If you love receiving quality and free arts education, subscribe. Here's a couple other videos you could check out next.